Iowa is the largest producer of corn, soybeans, and pork each year, with an estimated $46.6 billion generated by Iowa in all agriculture in 2022. While agriculture is the main driver of Iowa's economy, there is more to Iowa, and I want to give you my experience of 34 years of growing up in the state of Iowa. Let's get straight to it. We want to thank all our subscribers and viewers. It's been an incredible journey with the Living in Iowa channel, but we did notice that over 80% of our viewers are not subscribers though, and we would love for all our viewers to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell so you are notified each week we come out with a new video. This really helps us and keeps us motivated to show off this beautiful state. We appreciate you and enjoy this week's video. Who are you and why are you passionate about Iowa? I am Tony and the founder of the channel Living in Iowa. I was a correctional officer at Anamosa State Penitentiary for 10 plus years before now enjoying my role as a full-time real estate agent that serves clients all over Iowa. It is amazing being able to meet people through this channel. I am passionate about Iowa because our family loves the challenge of homesteading, and to us that means just trying to get a little bit more independent and supporting our local community. Iowa is the breadbasket of America and an agricultural state. The soil and weather we are truly blessed with here in Iowa. Not many places have the opportunity to support the lifestyle we chase. What part of Iowa did you grow up in, and where do you live now? I was born and raised in Anamosa, Iowa, in Jones County. Tons of awesome memories in Anamosa, especially on the Wapsipinicon River that cuts through Anamosa, Iowa. I moved to Southwest Cedar Rapids 13 years ago and love it, as even though I am into homesteading, that to me doesn't mean I am trying to go off grid. We love that we have all the essential shopping nearby. How did growing up in Iowa shape your views and values? I would say the Iowa nice thing is ingrained in me. Although I am not perfect like anyone else, I do try to treat others the way I want to be treated and to make sure to hold the door open for people, wave, say hi, and all that friendly stuff, and help if needed. Respecting the land Iowa is blessed with is another value I have. I try not to take that for granted as I have in the past. We are blessed to have neighbors that grow produce and either sell it or give it away. What are some unique cultural events or traditions in Iowa that you've enjoyed over the years? Farmers markets and the Iowa State Fair both show just how farm-centric the state is. We're in mid-summer right now, but approaching late summer, and that means tons of opportunities to buy local produce. The Iowa State Fair is also coming up, and it is a special event that really is impressive and has a focus on Iowa's farming and agriculture culture of Iowa. What are some of your favorite landmarks or places to visit in Iowa? We recently went to the Capitol, and it is our last video we put out, so make sure to check that out. I do recommend going there though. I'll keep it short as I could name many, but the Mississippi River, especially in Guttenberg, Iowa, is one of my favorite places in Iowa. Also, the Grotto of the Redemption religious shrine is much more impressive than I was expecting. Those would be some of my top places, but that is just a short list. Do you have any interesting stories about Iowa's weather? The derecho in Cedar Rapids a few years back was intense. It is hard to explain how bad that storm was and how devastating it was. We had over 100-mile-per-hour winds for over 45 minutes straight, if you can imagine that. I wouldn't say story, but reality is that Iowa's weather is volatile. You may have a nice day one day, and the next day it is 40-degree shift. In Iowa, we take weather day by day and week by week. What do you think makes Iowans unique compared to people from other states? Our agriculture, as I have mentioned before, and the friendliness of the people. But in my experience in helping people move here from other states, I can say, and they will back me up on this, is that most people in Iowa are friendly and reasonable. I may be biased, but I think people in Iowa are second to none in the entire nation. What is one of the most impactful moments you've experienced in Iowa? COVID comes to mind. There wasn't a place in the country that, in my opinion, did not tread on the general public's rights, but in Iowa, we were far better than most. We never had the severe or downright crazy lockdowns that some states had. In other states, and one that comes to mind is Michigan, They locked people down and threatened people with jail if they didn't stay home. Luckily, us in Iowa didn't see that type of threats and intimidation. What are some traditional Iowa foods you love? Fresh produce. It is almost peak of the roadside stands with local produce. Nothing better than high quality, neighbor grown produce, especially the sweet corn. What role does sports play in Iowa culture? Until recently, Iowa was not on the map much, rather than some NFL players and an occasional MLB or NBA player, but that all changed with Caitlin Clark. She has really changed the landscape in Iowa, and now there's a new energy around sports, and more specifically, women's basketball. She really brought Iowans together around the Iowa Hawkeyes women basketball team. Never did I ever think Iowa football would take a back seat to anything when it came to Iowa sports, but to my surprise, women's basketball was the talk of the state for the last 2 years. What opportunities does Iowa offer that you think people might not be aware of? I believe Iowa offers an opportunity to raise children and get more back to our roots of producing and helping out our communities. We have the best climate and soil in America. More and more people in Iowa since COVID are seeing the importance of being more self-sufficient and supporting local. We have endless opportunities if that is the lifestyle you want or choose. What are some of your favorite outdoor activities in Iowa? Gardening and fishing. I have talked about the soil and land a lot, but I really don't think people understand how great of an opportunity Iowa has and how blessed we are to be able to grow as much produce as you can in Iowa. I always loved fishing growing up, and specifically for walleye. We have opportunities in Iowa's rivers and lakes to find and catch walleye and all sorts of species. What advice would you give to someone considering moving to Iowa? Watch my videos, and specifically the one on your screen now. Humbly, I believe my videos and following the blueprint I gave you is the best way. What do you hope to see in Iowa's future? I hope to see more and more farming, gardening, supporting local, and continuing to be neighborly. The people who are contacting me, I hope continue, as we have some incredible people moving to the state from all over the map. Favorite Iowa State Fair memory. A few years back, when my daughter was young, we attended Iowa State Fair. There was a lot for her to do, and just enjoying the environment of the state fair. It is a clean and is an event you can relax and enjoy what all Iowa has to offer. Best hidden gem in Iowa. I am going to be honest, part of me doesn't want to tell you this as we haven't moved here yet, but it is our dream location, and that is Shoeyville, Iowa. The green rolling hills with tons of trees is our ideal location to live. For our family and goals with homesteading, there is no place I am aware of on earth I would rather live. Most surprising fact about Iowa, we slaughter the most pork in the nation by a huge margin here in Iowa. I knew we had pigs, but I don't see that many hog confinements where I live. That really shocked me when I made a video and learned that. One word to describe Iowa. Off the top of my head, I would have to say indescribable. Most people think Iowa is boring or a flyover state, but it is extreme in so many ways. Our weather is perfect in many ways, but it is unpredictable to say the least. The temperatures are all over the map. We have humidity. It gets very cold at times in the winter. It gets extremely hot at times in the summer. We have extreme temperature changes in the span of hours. We have tornadoes, severe thunderstorms, hail, flooding, and us Iowans wouldn't change it for the world, as is the most productive weather in the USA. If you get bored here in Iowa, then you definitely are into agriculture and anything else in that realm.